Okay,
Yeah.
everything is kind of like for us. It's our like a playground.
Yeah.
But
Playground.
at the moment, at this time of the day, most people are thinking, "Oh, end of the working week, Friday. Okay, that's the end of the week. Ah, really, weekend. You know what I mean?" And fair enough. I mean, I was one of them, right? But that's what people are forced to have to think. They don't have the freedom to kind of like stop and appreciate the creation that's happening all around them, because they're having to think, compartmentalize.
Yeah.
Got to do this and that's happening. It's Friday and this and that.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing to do with creation. It's like I was thinking of music. All right.
Yeah.
Really, playing a musical instrument has got nothing to do with entertainment. Nothing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about trying to touch source. This is what my video is going to be about, where the music came from, Pythagoras and everything, and how he presented it to us in frequencies and everything, right? That's what it's all about.
Yep.
But back then, the music, nothing to do with entertainment. It was all to do with sacred geometry and touching source, because everything was made out of sound, right?
Yeah.
And so what that was all about, putting the music together, was to be touch those sacred sounds and frequencies that created that of source.
Yeah.
That's where it came from. Nothing to do with entertainment. And that's what I'm going to try to explain in this video, that music originally had nothing to do with entertainment. It's about touching source. And that's what Pythagoras was trying to give us, the ability to do that.
Yeah.
And because he came from sacred geometry and esoterica and Egypt and all that stuff, it was all in how he developed the music for us.
Yeah.
The chromatic scale.
Yeah.
But that's where it all came. People don't realise that rock and roll's just stomped all over the sacred side of it.
Oh,
but I want to present the sacred side of it, where it
Yeah.
actually came from.
Yeah.
And how it's got nothing to do with
The
entertainment.
sacred vibrational energy.
And I want to explain to the person starting off the guitar is that's what he's in it for. He's looking for that pure tone. It's nothing to do with entertainment.
Yeah.
He's like one of the Tibetan monks trying to hit the gong
Yeah.
to get that pure tone. Not trying to entertain anybody.
Yeah.
They do it all alone in the mountains by themselves for years.
Yeah.
And that's what a musician is really trying, or should be trying to do.
Yeah.
It's all about the tone that he's chasing. So he connect with source through vibration, frequency and energy. Right?
Yeah.
That's what a musical instrument is for.
Yeah. So how have we lost it then?
Well, okay. If whatever we've lost, whatever was lost can be found again. Right? So rather than thinking how, it's better to think how to bring it back.
Yeah.
And this is what the first video is going to be about.
Yeah.
I've got my charts made of how he developed it, and that the chromatic scale, what we call the chromatic scale, what we work with our 8 notes, our 12 notes.
Yeah.
That's just on the very surface of everything that he was doing.
Yeah.
With music, with what we call music. Okay, that's the last thing, and he didn't see rock and roll coming at all. Right? He didn't see that coming. Pythagoras, right? He couldn't see that coming. Just like the classical theorists in the Middle Ages, okay, and in the late 16th, 17th century, they didn't see the African note coming in the blues scale, right, the flat and fifth. They had the diminished, but they weren't using it there where the African used it, all right, to turn it into the blues, to make it a pain note. They didn't see that coming, right? That morphed the blues into the blues, which is just, now we've got the blues, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't have that before. They put that particular note in there, and the people in the Middle Ages, they didn't see that coming. Pythagoras didn't see rock and roll coming. He didn't see the backbeat coming,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want the guitarist starting off just to understand where actually everything came from,
Yeah.
right? So he can just understand, especially the whole modes and scale thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to explain what the modes and scales are and how they're exactly the same thing, and there's no confusion. I just want to give a real clear description of what they are.
So what was you talking about originally about Sludge Boy and how he's perverted or diverted from the sacredness of it all with this geometry and symbolism that we see today that is not, it doesn't resonate with the sacredness of our spirit. It's almost everything opposite, taking us in a completely different direction. I want to understand more about that, because that's a pretty interesting
You'll see
concept.
because you know how like we know A is 440, okay?
Yes.
440 hertz. Well, there's this huge story out there that in around about 1950 or something like that,
Yeah.
55, Rockefeller,
Yeah.
it used to be 432,
That's right.
but Rockefeller had it changed to 440. All right. Now this is the story. Okay. Now I'm going to link that in. I just need to do a little bit more research. But it's funny, I was thinking on the way over here because do you know? Have you heard of the solfeggio scales?
Yeah.
You know what they are?
No, I can't remember.
Okay.
I'm a musician.
All right. Well, they're the kind of the sacred scales underneath these musical scales that we've got.
Yeah.
These diatonic scales, okay? Underneath them, they came from these sacred scales called the solfeggio scale. This is all the esoteric Egyptian mystical stuff, okay, with the frequencies, all right? The pure stuff. Our music came out of that.
Celtic as well?
Okay?
Celtic music?
See, this is the thing. The other streams, there was Celtic, there was Indian,
Yeah.
okay? They were kind of like developing more on a tonal, emotive type basis, but Pythagoras in Greece went purely mathematical